and welcome to another edition of King Crush Thursdays, the series where we highlight and uplift Black men, because frankly, not too many people are doing it. My name is Val Gay, and I am super excited to bring to you this brother today. He is a young man who started an organization in Philadelphia 10 years ago because of violence that happened to a friend of his who was murdered. He just wanted to play flag football. This young man is a philanthropist, started a foundation, and is just an example. And so please meet Mr. Tyrique Glasgow. Hi, Tyrique.
How you doing, Ms. Val? How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me here.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm honored that you are here with us. And Tyrique, the whole purpose of this is that we're building a repository of 6 questions. Everyone gets asked the same 6 questions, and we're on our way to 100 answers by 100 different positive Black men. And the whole point is one day there's a young king who can come to this repository, see these same 6 questions, and see 100 different answers from all these different men, and hopefully can find guidance in there. This young king may or may not have positive Black male role models in his life, and we want to make sure that they can still get guidance, the guidance that they need. And then for the rest of us who are neither male or even Black, that we also get a chance to take a peek into this community that often goes unnoticed. You hear on the news about Black men. Black men are usually the primary, and particularly local news, the primary targets or subjects, but they're always negative. And so we want to shift that narrative, because we know that that is a sliver of our overall community. But that the vast majority of the community are positive brothers who are making impacts in their community. And so I'm so grateful that you are here. And I want to get started with the first question, which is, what does manhood mean to you?
Man, what does manhood mean to me? It means it's a journey, understanding who you are as a man. It's really not a day nor a moment. It's really going to take time to understand really manhood, because there's levels to it, so to say. And, that's where you have to accept yourself as not only as a man, but as the young boy that you was growing up, because there is no time frame for where you accept things, because the things that you experience makes you a man with better qualities, so to say. And Ms. Val, when you talked about the images of Black men, that is the trajectory of what they want in our community. They want the Black manhood to think that they are only capable of committing crimes and only capable of beating women and not being there for their children. But I was raised with the notion that the truth is in the minority. And when we change that narrative, people will understand that our manhood may be looked upon differently, but we define it in another way.
Wow. Yes. That's beautiful. Thank you. So Tyrique, who and or what is important to you?
Well, I would say first is my faith. Being raised by, my grandmama and mother and a religious household, it really, I can't put it on one specific religion, but I was raised Christian, and I remember a verse, it's trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. So I try to live by, not that it wholly, but understanding that my grandmom and my mom, use what they had. And I have to understand that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. And that just leads into my family being number 2 to what surrounds me, understanding on my journey that there's going to be some bumps and roads, and there's going to be some people that you don't like, and there's going to be some times you don't want to speak to them. But the bigger picture is having them understand that you're going to be there for them, because it's hard having family. It's hard, dealing with people that you put love in, and sometimes, they let you down. But, in this manhood, you have to accept even the flaws as a way to learn. And, prior finally would just be my organization, my goals, and what I do. day-to-day to give, because my mentor Terry Carpenter, who passed away, one of the things he always told me was you keep what you have by giving it away. And I believe that's how you stay blessed. That's how you continue to do the things that allows God to continue to multiply in yourself. So those are the three things that I think is important to me.
Wow, awesome. Thank you. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you so much. So Tyrique, how do you want us to see you?
Well, Tyrique is always changing. I'm learning, as I don't want people to see me as someone who's difficult, because I'm always trying to improve the mistakes that I acknowledge. I remember growing up, I always wanted to point the finger at issues, but now I like to look in the mirror and figure out how I can address them, because that's the easier way to heal. It's no way to, respect where you want to go if you keep shoving things behind you. Sometimes you have to address them and move forward. Just, seeing me as also a representation of other men in a community that sometimes can't communicate trauma in a way that is diverse in the community. It's not communicated in a way that is always positive. And that's why sometimes we have those images, come out that we don't always want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Tyrique, what is your epic dream?
Well, personally, is to grow. I always go on that and learn from my mistakes. But as an organization, I had this dream of having like a community triage, like a building that's open 24 hours to help with the essential services that we need every day, because, we always see pain, we always see loss. But if we could just have something that we can touch and be able to move forward, I think that's my biggest dream. And I think it's a goal that we can obtain, especially when people can acknowledge all the things that they want, just overall every day. So
that's beautiful. That's excellent. So I think you've been answering this question implicitly all along, but I'm going to ask you explicitly, which is, Tyrique Glasgow, who are you?
I think I'm free now. I feel as though I'm not locked up with some of the challenges of thinking who I want to become. I think being free from some of the pain that I didn't want to acknowledge, being free from some of the challenges that I didn't want to tackle, those are the things that I'm describing myself as moving forward, not by the year, but by the moments and memories in my head that I'm changing. There's a lot of images that people are used to that I adapted in life, and I don't want that to be. So I'm free from all the things that held me back from before.
Wow, what an amazing answer. Thank you. Wow. Okay, so here we are already at question 6, which is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't, or you wanted me to ask you that I didn't? In other words, what did I miss?
Probably some of my hidden talents, some of the things that I want to do. Probably want to be a singer. I want to be I want to do things that's out of the norm. Asking people, what's probably the best thing people don't know about me probably is I can cook a little bit. I have like a sneaker shoe fetish disease, and I just keep going and buying them. I like my shoes to always be there. I don't know if this is different, but my daughters had me wrapped around their fingers. I could be mad 1 minute, and then those are the things there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. As a daddy's girl, I can identify with your daughter. So. So that is really beautiful. Well, Tyrique, thank you so much for being here with me. And us being here with us, not just me, us. I have to say, when I first saw you, my brother called me and said, "You got to come down to this corner, and you won't believe what's happening here. They're just giving away food. There are a lot of people out here. You got to come down. You got to come down." And then he pointed you out, and he was like, "That young man, you got to talk to that young man. I'm nominating him right now for a King Crush Thursday interview. Go talk to him right now." And that's when I came up to you. And I was like, and it was really beautiful just watching in the street, right? Just watching the people in the street. I saw all walks of life. I saw all ages. I saw multiple languages being spoken as food was just being given to people who needed it. And it was one big community, and you were in the center of it, and your boys were around you, like handing out, like, "Who wants some corn?"
You keep what you have by giving it away. And,
yes.
And that was, the building that we opened up, our community engagement center, was known to the police department and people around the neighborhood. It was a drug spot. It was one of the worst houses in the corner in our neighborhood. I left 2 bullet holes in the front window as a reminder, not only to ourselves, but to people who coming up to that this wasn't given to us. We earned this. And even though people recognize it as the drug house or the house that got shot up, it's still owned. And our partners, Miss Deb, she was a mother who raised a whole family in there, son who was shot in the head, who was part of a shooting that a 3-year-old was murdered with. And that wasn't the outcome that she wanted from her house. And when she gave me the opportunity to open up the center and keep it, it just goes to, you just really have to trust in the Lord with all your heart. And you may not understand. And in all your ways, if you acknowledge him, you are, because we don't get the funding. We don't get those things. And that's why I truly believe that, you walk by faith, not by sight, and you have these things. And I look around in the corner from all the things that they talk about in Grace Ferry, from the violence and the young guy shooting, but they probably will never tell that story about how we gave away some hope. We gave away some argument that probably wouldn't happen because somebody said that you couldn't provide. And sometimes it's not just about the food. It's being there to see a smile. It's being there to be able to get something that helps your family out. And that's what I love my community. I love the people who come past and support your brother, who given us an opportunity to enhance the services that we have by, just being invited here today. So Thank you, brother. And thanks, Ms. Val, for giving us the opportunity to share our story.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tyrique. God bless you. Thank you so much. And I honor you, my king. And I do pray that God will continue to grow and deepen you. And I pray that the impact that you actually have, that you will get to see a glimpse of it, because on the other side, I believe on the other side of every person that was receiving food or supplies, there are a whole bunch of other people that you may never see. And you just don't know. I witnessed everything that you just said. I saw people smiling with each other. I saw people coming in and grabbing at first, and then realizing they didn't have to grab, and said, "Oh, wait, I got 4 of these, but you don't have anything. Here, take one of mine." I saw that, and it was beautiful to see. I saw the smiles. I saw the conversations between people to your point, the things that you never hear about on the news, I got to witness that day, and it was just really, really beautiful. And I even got some orange juice. Someone was like, "Here, take the orange juice." I was like, okay, I'm going to take the orange juice. So I appreciate that. And I just thank you so much for being here today. And I just pray that, people will support your foundation and, just see that there. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to your website in the description box, so that people, if they feel so inclined to support you, have the opportunity to do so. And so thank you so much. And thank you for joining us today. I hope that you were as inspired and enlightened as I was during this conversation. And if there is a young king, or it's not even necessarily young, used to be young king, Black man in your life who is positive and successful, please, you want to see them highlighted in this forum, please click the link below or in my bio, and I'll take it from there. I always say success does not mean what someone does for a living. As long as it's positive and on the side of legal, I don't care what they do for a living. I'm really more interested. To me, success equals the positive impact that someone has on the people around them, be it their nuclear family or the larger community and everything in between. Those are the brothers that we want to talk to and highlight. So we have talked to Emmy Award winners. We've talked to doctors and lawyers. We've talked to professors. We're talking to a founder of a foundation that is on the street helping people. We are talking to everyone in between, and because this is our community. So thank you so much for being here. Stay tuned for next week for yet another amazing king. And in the meantime, please remember to spread love and have a great day. Thanks so much. And thank you, Tyrique. That was really, really. Thank you. Thank you.